What's going on, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. All right, Bitcoin continues its upward grind like we've talked about in our past videos, going as planned. But in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Bitcoin internals, specifically when we look at the BitMEX internals. We haven't covered the internals in a little while, but now is the time to do so, because I want you guys to be aware when we have two different modes with these internals. And so we're going to discuss that. We're looking at the chart from 2019 when we had our run up to about 14K. And so we're going to discuss this mode versus what we've seen in the last few months and now what's happening currently. Important to understand how these relate to price and when they change the relation to price and how to interpret that. So let's dive into this video and check it out.
Trade Genius.
Guys, really quickly, if you want to get in the room with us, we're running our winter specials. $3.99 gets you in the room, gets you the trade signals. Today we had more winners, and that's pretty normal every day. We got futures, binary options, crypto trades. We got a nice long on Bitcoin going right now, so I encourage you guys to check it out. $3.99 gets you in the room with us, gets you those trade signals. All right, so let's dive into this video. All right, so when we talk about the BitMEX funding, and this is just showing you the funding and premium index. So this is the premium index that they use to track the price of Bitcoin is blended versus the actual BitMEX futures price. Okay, so if it's, generally speaking, if this is positive, it can be a contrary indicator and you'll see a move against it. Likewise, if we see it where it's negative, okay, that can be a contrary indicator and you can see price rise up against it. Now, what's important to note is sometimes when you get into a real good bull market move, this actually will act like fuel as opposed to a counter indicator. So it's important to understand when that happens. So if we look at the move out of the bear market, end of 2018 into 2019, and we spike up into 14K, and I know we can attribute this probably to the plus token Ponzi, but at the end of the day, it's people buying up Bitcoin for whatever reason. And when you get into a good, strong bull market, you actually will see this act as like fuel. So when it's spiking up, so is price. Okay. When that changes, you actually see price go counter to it. Okay. So when we spiked up into 14,000, we were following a pretty parabolic structure, and then it broke down. And you can see price making lower lows, even though this was maintaining. So that was your first sign that the tides are changing. And then you'll get into these modes where you'll see it go pop into these bubbles of positive. And what happens? Price breaks down. You get a little negative funding there and price goes back up. So it starts getting into this inverse relationship. Here again, price spiking, or the premium index premium spiking back up. And what happens? It rolls over. Okay, so now you have this inverse relationship and it stays like that for a while. If we go through and you'll notice, you get to these periods where you get these small readings, right? These little bubbles, either over the zero line or under the zero line, but they become counter trade indicators. And then you see these moves where it's sideways, 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 and a BART move, right? Into this BART environment. Now, if you go and you look at where things are now, right? So now we're starting to see where we're getting positive index readings, index premium readings, and what's happening, price is going up. So you have to recognize when this changes, and that's the current environment. So this bull move is real, and it should not be faded or shorted lightly. And because of the dynamic of halving, you have to also keep in mind that we're looking at these upside targets, gap fills, and things like that. So this is exactly, if you're playing that long game, this is exactly what you want to see. You'll notice that prior to that, if you look at the environment, this move actually started responding positively to these positive index readings back here in January. Okay, so we had our first of the year pop into that second week of January. We talked about that gets weak and then it recovered very quickly. But prior to that, we had an inverse relationship. So we got these, where we'd see like a pop here in the premium, and then eventually it rolls over, and then it goes negative here, and then it pops up. So you had that game going on, but we're not in this environment, not even close right now. So this is this is a buy the dip type market until we see probably some kind of blow off top, structurally similar to what we saw with the move to 14K. And then a lower high would be the key that we're going to take a break for a while. But you guys have to be aware of the different seasons that we have when it comes to this these BitMEX internals and how to interpret that. So that's it on this video. I just wanted to point that out to you guys, just to make sure you understand what mode we're in and how to identify that mode. And if it's not clear, if you have any questions, please post them below. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.